May y'all bless you and keep you all. Everybody seeking truth at this time. So we're just going to jump right into it once again. This morning, I just want to show you what a defensed city is and what we should be doing at this time in order to go home. So in Jeremiah 4, verse 4, it reads, "Circumcise yourselves to the Lord, take away the foreskins of your heart." All right, so during this repentance that we're supposed to be doing right now, this turning back to our Creator, we should be crying, literally, physically crying, realizing what we've done and sacrificing to other gods. In most cases, is Jesus or Allah or whatever other gods that is not the Creator that the Israelites, the children of Yasharel, have sacrificed to. So during that process of repentance, you should literally be crying physically, loathing yourselves, as the word says, because we get it now. There's too much information out there. There's too much technology, if you will. Knowledge has increased for there to be any more excuses. At this point, we just choose to blindly ignore the truth that's right in front of us. So yes, circumcise yourself to the Lord, take away the foreskin of your heart, right? You men of Judah, inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire and burn that none can quench it because of the evil of your doings, right? In Christianity, they always want to say you're going to burn in hell, burn in hell. No, it was a physical plasma fire event that happened, which melted all of the rocks. I'll show you right now. Just go to Google Earth and you could see for yourself. But the land of the true promised land is right here. You see that big giant heart in the middle of Nevada? You don't even have to look hard, right? The mountain ranges. Let's see if I can show you a little closer. The mountain ranges are shaped like a giant heart. The outline, like right here. Other one right here. With that big giant shin right on the land. This right here is the Hebrew letter shin. You can look it up for yourself. And it also is what the human heart muscle looks like. Look it up for yourself. And then this is the representation. This is the ancient Jerusalem right here. This is Mount Moriah. This is the city of David. Okay? And together they formed, this would have been the Millo, I think it was called, in the middle. There's a lot of houses and stuff like that. It was all built up before. We used to live on the top of these mountains and farm in the valleys. Yah used to make it rain, literally. These little, I don't know what to call them now, but they used to be called wadis. Seasonal rivers, seasonal lakes that would come and go based off of the rain that Yah sent. And he told us everything. He told us he was going to dry it all up. In the United States government, they put dams everywhere, which is keeping all of this water from being released into the proper areas. So right now it is dried up. But this is, if you look at an unraveled heart, when King David says, when you're going to enlarge my heart, this is what he's talking about. This is an unraveled heart. This is like a full heart, Mount Zion, right? It's all right here. Anyway, back to the word. So back to Jeremiah. Sorry, I get caught up sometimes and forget what I'm talking about. The coming judgment. Declare ye in Judah, publish in Jerusalem, blow ye the trumpet in the land. Cry together and say, assemble yourselves and let us go into the defenced cities. Set up the standard towards Zion. Retire, stay not. All right? For I will bring an evil from the north. And this has all happened in Jeremiah's time, but it happened again in the 1500s, what we consider the 1500s. When our people left, they had to flee from that land that I just showed you to what we would say is the eastern United States. Then they fled from South Carolina to Africa. The slavery story is told in reverse. We left from here because we were getting chased off of our lands by everyone. I will bring an evil from the north and great destruction. The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He has gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without inhabitants. So that whole area that I just showed you, Nevada, parts of Utah, it used to be beautiful. It used to have the best vegetation, the best fruits, vegetables, cattle, sheep, all the things, right, that the Bible talks about. And now desolate, as he said it was going to be, right? But when he's saying enter in to the defense cities, right? Where is that at again? Right here. Assemble yourselves and let us go into the defense city. So what's a defense city? A defense city is defined in Jeremiah 1. And again, it had literal meaning for his time, but for our time, we're supposed to pick up on those subtle clues just by spending time with Yah, right? So this is Yah speaking through Jeremiah, to Jeremiah and through Jeremiah in Jeremiah 1. He says, thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, lest I confound thee before them. So he's telling Jeremiah, don't be afraid of these people. Go speak my word fervently, right? For behold, I have made thee this day, here we go, a defenced city, and a pillar, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. So, and they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to deliver thee. So, right here, I have made thee this day as a defenced city. So Jeremiah and the rest of the prophets, for that matter, are the defenced cities. So when Yah is saying enter into the defenced cities, he's saying go study the prophets, because the prophets tell us exactly what is going to happen, exactly what is going to come. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a word. They don't miss a scenario. It's just our understanding has been ripped to pieces with this fake history in the American school system and the other language that we are speaking right now, which is English. This is not our native tongue. So there's a lot of things that are just confused, that are lost in translation, right? I'll read this one real quick too. It says, how do we say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? Lo, certainly in vain he made it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. Right? So what we have, what we consider the Old Testament, but nobody really reads it like that. And if they do read, they don't understand because of bad theology and bad religion and things like that. It's taught completely backwards. You don't need a man to teach you. Just sit with the words on the page, study every single word, and Yah will reveal his secrets, his hidden treasures, his parables to you directly. And it might come in the form of coincidences in your day, or hard study, using the Strong's Concordance or something like that, or through another person, or through a video that you might catch by some random acts, right? He will get the information to you as long as your heart is turned to him. All right, what else do we have here? The wise men are ashamed, they are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them. So what is he talking about? The wise men? So yeah, the wise men before are ashamed. They got carried away, and they have rejected what Jeremiah was saying. But the wise men of today are, they listen to Paul, and they say, oh, the law's done away with, or there's a new covenant. But the new covenant was only for Israel, and it was Yah is going to write his law on the inward parts of the children of Israel, meaning we're going to study his law so much once we wake up, and we're never going to backslide again, because we don't want to go through these last 400 to 500 years again. We now realize the Creator is 1000% true, accurate, correct, and his blessings and curses, which we've experienced both of them at this point, right? Our wives being ravished, kicked off the land. He's going to hide his face from us. We're going to call out to him and he's not going to be found, right? The Christians believe 2,000 years of Jesus. And that's, how much longer y'all going to wait for something that doesn't even exist? Like, come on, wake up. Read the words on the page. It's only one creator. And he says it over and over again in Isaiah 42 to 49 is only him. Continuing. Therefore I will give their wives unto others and their fields unto them that shall inherit them. Right? And that was exactly what was done. Right? Right now, it's the Bureau of Land Management manages 60 to 70% of the land in Nevada. It's the highest, and it's held in trust by them. It's the highest land management in the what we call the United States. Right? You can look this up. Check me, fact check me, whatever you want to do. I don't, I know that's our home. What am I saying all this for? Defense cities. That's what I'm. All right. Let's see. I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs in the fig tree, and the leaf shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away from them. So basically, the land is going to be desolate. It's going to dry up. All of the riches and glory and fame and the good things that Yah gave us is now dried up and given unto others, right? In its current state. That's why it's the driest state in the U.S., right? The driest region. Why do we sit still? Assemble yourselves and let us enter into the defenced cities. There we go. That's what I was trying to get to. And let us be silent there, for the Lord our God has put us to silence. So this is Jeremiah 8:14. And we're supposed to be in the defenced cities right now, right? Just silent, absorbing all of the nuances and words that he left for us to understand, right? And to reflect and to understand exactly what has happened to our souls, to our ancestors, to us. Right now we're in a form of debt slavery where, they use the Social Security number and birth certificate to create QSIP accounts and trade on the stock market. And we don't see any of this money. We essentially sell ourselves and pay back this wicked treasury Rothschild government system, interest just to be here. It doesn't cost money to be alive. We are the only things on the planet that have to pay to be here. The birds don't have to pay bills. The cattle and the sheep don't have to pay bills. Why do we got to pay bills? Right? It's the most wicked thing ever. And we have to wake up. God, Yah gave us a way to live and a way to be, and we failed to do that. So he executed his part of the covenant, and through this pain, we need to be corrected. We need to understand, right? Labor to give birth like a woman in travail. Like, we need to labor in these words, and hopefully through this labor, through this pain, through this these moments, these tough times, through this tough experience, we're going to give birth to something beautiful, which is righteousness. And that's the goal. We need to understand that the law needs to be written on our inward parts, and through this pain, that's how it's going to be done. That's all I got for today. Salah.